I'm Laura. I'm a gardener in Massachusetts, and I have a bit of a black thumb. I love to garden, but I'm definitely not an expert, don't really know what I'm doing, and I have some trouble with the clematis, and I could really use some advice. So I have a side yard that was really just wasted space, and I decided to garden here, especially since we do have trouble growing grass. So this garden bed I started about 2 years ago. I have some roses around my flagpole. These are the Proven Winners Oh So Easy roses. And last year they were glorious. And then unfortunately this winter, we had a really harsh winter this year in Massachusetts, and the deer decimated my roses. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, yeah, right there. And that's pretty much what the plant looked like. They ate all around the bark. So I had to cut pretty far down to where I still had some green growing, and I thought for sure they were done for, but it looks like they are rebounding. And I started this garden bed on the side last year, and we built the vegetable garden 2 years ago. So this is where I'm having trouble. This is kind of a tricky spot. This is kind of the corner where plants go to die. I have a lot of trouble with this particular corner. It doesn't get full sun because it is partially covered by this tree. So I first tried a hydrangea. I tried a wee white hydrangea, but it still burnt out. Didn't take to this spot. So this is a clematis that I found at the nursery. And it was, of course, beautiful when I was at the nursery, and the tag said to plant it anywhere but full sun. So I thought, oh, well, this will be perfect because this is a tricky spot that doesn't get full sun. And my plan had been to train it up along the sides of the fence, and I thought, oh, that would be beautiful. But as you can see, it's struggling. It's just not looking good. So I'm not sure what it is I'm doing wrong. But if there are any expert gardeners out there, or who, anyone who's had success growing clematis, if you have any tips or advice, please let me know, because this was a splurge item. I bought it at the nursery instead of a box store or growing from seed, and I hate to lose it. I spent a good amount of money on it, and I'm a gardener who has no problem experimenting, messing around, moving things around, so I can move it to another spot. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on with this one. I have another clematis over here that's doing really well, and I have it planted with my honeysuckle together, and I think I'm going to have to get a new trellis. This one I don't believe is going to be nearly tall enough, so I might get a taller one, or I was thinking maybe I would get a couple to put on either side to have it grow sideways. I just got that trellis at Ocean State job lot, so it would not be expensive to get a couple more. But you can see it's doing really well. The honeysuckle is blooming, and I've got all these buds for my clematis. This is, a happy looking plant. It does get a little more sun than that other spot that I showed you where my struggling clematis is. I would love to have that other clematis do well. Maybe I just need to move it away from that corner and more. I don't know. But I really would love to save it. So this side garden in general is kind of tricky because our underground utilities are right here. So it makes it difficult to plant, which is why I have this old bird bath that I'm just using as a planter right now. And have some rhododendron. And these are hydrangeas. They are Proven Winners. I wish I could remember the name of it. If I can remember the name of it, I'll put it in the comments. And those are my Nepeta. I do have a lot of Nepeta spread around because I do have quite the deer and rabbit problem in my garden every year. And these are my climbing roses. They're my David Austin Pilgrim. This one I planted 2 years ago from bare root, and it's doing nicely. I'm getting some buds. And then this one I bought just a few weeks ago at the garden center because I wanted to have the roses grow up and meet in the middle of the arbor, hopefully. Looks like I need to deadhead it, but it's doing really, really well. It's so pretty. I love these cheery yellow roses. And of course, more of the catmint, the nepeta. And this is a mini butterfly bush. It's a Proven Winners. I'll have to put the name in the comments. I can't quite remember what it's called, but it's a dwarf butterfly bush, so it's not going to get huge. It's just going to get like 3 feet tall, which is perfect for this spot. And my vegetable garden. So you can see I built the fence myself, so there are tolerances. It's not completely straight, but 2 years hasn't fallen down, so. And the fountain is a new addition. I just got this on Amazon, so it's inexpensive, but it serves the purpose, and I think it's just so peaceful. And I always plant flowers in with my vegetables and berries. It looks nice, and it brings in pollinators. And those are the Proven Winners saffron finch. They're saffron finch, I think that's what they're called. They are the supertunias. I love Proven Winners supertunias. You don't have to deadhead them. They just keep reblooming, and they're just gorgeous. Probably my favorite flower, actually. And this garden bed is new. I started it last year. I have nepeta. This one's getting really big, but the deer do stay away from it. And then these are the serendipity alliums. More hydrangeas, and those are about to open up and bloom. Those are the alliums, and again, deer and rabbit will stay away from my alliums typically. This is a peony that I just planted, and it's about to bloom, so I'm really excited about that. I have some yarrow. I have it inside the fence. They're supposed to stay away from it, those deer and rabbit, but last year they still ate them. So I do have a lot of these cages around some of my plants. I call it plant jail. I got that from a friend of mine who's also a gardener. We put our plants in plant jail to protect them from the deer and rabbits who like to come and munch on our garden. Another rose. And another rose. And then I do have mixed in some gomphrena that I planted from seed. I started it from seed in my garage this winter. A few more were here. Echinacea. And you can see I have one that I missed when I fenced it, and it's been eaten, of course. Some snapdragons. And then in the back, I just planted these the other day, the lavender. And again, it was to fill the space, but also to deter rabbits and deer. They don't really like the lavender. The problem in my area is they really will eat just about anything if they're hungry enough. None of my plants are really safe. More roses, bee balm. This is the Italian ice, Oh So Easy Italian ice. I love Oh So Easy roses, again, because you don't have to deadhead them. My other roses I have to deadhead. I mean, you can just for aesthetics, but if you don't deadhead the Oh So Easy varieties, they'll keep reblooming. So for beginner gardeners or a gardener like myself who has a black thumb, they're excellent. And this is a smoke bush I just planted the other day, and I've never grown smoke bush before. So I hope it'll be happy in this spot. This spot here gets a lot of sun. And then I have some bidens around the corner, which I'm hoping to get more. They were out at the garden center. They only had these 4, but I'd like to make a swoop. So I'm hoping to get some more. And again, hoping that I have the same glorious show of red roses. These are the Oh So Easy double red. And the deer really feasted on them this winter, so I hope that they'll rebound and come back. So this area, definitely a work in progress. Not very polished yet. We're working on it. It's only a couple years old. And again, our long-term view, would be to have a gravel path going towards the flagpole and then around the sides, coming together on the other side of the flagpole, leading down to the vegetable garden, and then having mulch and plants on either side. We'd like to kind of eliminate all the grass because really we just have never had good luck growing grass here. We've been in this property 10 years already, and you can see it's very patchy, full of weeds. We just don't have luck over here. So I am a bit of a fearless gardener. I have a black thumb. You know, I do my best and I just experiment. I do read the tags. I do my research to see, you know, what's going to do well in my zone and what's going to do well in full sun, part sun, shade. And this corner behind me where my clematis is just always giving me trouble. Well, I shouldn't always. It's, you know, I've only had this garden bed around the vegetable garden for a year. We started last year planting around the garden bed. But I've tried 2 plants here and both have not done well. So any expert gardeners out there who have advice for me, for a lady who loves to garden but has a bit of a black thumb, let me know in the comments what I can do to save this clematis, and if there's anything else I might want to try in this corner, because I haven't had any luck thus far, but I'm not giving up. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're willing to help a girl out who doesn't know what she's doing, but enjoys nature and enjoys working with plants. Thanks a lot.